but you ain't hooping around and tear you out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, only thing it did was veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I see it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no talk, cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk, dog, it's a room full of Bryans. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hell the king, made the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get the run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, one kind of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out.
I'm the best, and the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, you know, go, you know, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, and the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, you know, go, you know, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. People the bike and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching.
It is a Chamber of Commerce afternoon here in the Peach State of Georgia. We've got the roof open, wide open, and we are ready for football at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in this state at Georgia. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
It's hard to believe with all this production that Amari Cooper keeps changing teams, but no matter where he goes, he just continues to produce. 3 years in Oakland, traded. 3 years in Dallas, traded again, this time to the Cleveland Browns. And now with the Browns here, he produces a first down, coming off a career-best 8 touchdowns in 2021.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Chubb will get the call running left. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Here we go. Here we go. One, 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Browns drive about to get started. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 29, Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Watson. And this one too low.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They go with Chubb on second down. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. The Falcons at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Here we go.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On play action, they'll throw. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
That's out quickly to London. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy, either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not... Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Out of the gun now on third down. Throw caught here by Bird. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here comes Grant on the return. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they're able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football back at their own 17. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They'll start with the option. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
They'll run with Patterson. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Drake London, his intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Falcons! Drake London, his third touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, 42 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd and 13. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off of play action, it's Watson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
From the end zone, it's Dearness Johnson. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
2nd and 1. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They'll go. It's Patterson. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Faking the give, now Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. On 4th down, Watson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the...
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Greg Newsom.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Watson off play action.
He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Watson looks to throw again. Buying time to his left.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. On second down, a run with Patterson. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Miles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Patterson running between the tackles. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Over the middle, caught by London. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And cycle. Hey, green. Set.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Falcons look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew the passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. Across the middle and into the hands of Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They'll give it to Patterson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. But Charles, a lot